Post-Polio Syndrome, or PPS, is a delayed neurologic condition that can appear decades after recovery from paralytic polio. Patients often develop new muscle weakness, fatigue, pain, and decreased endurance long after their original illness seemed stable. This lecture focuses on the pathophysiology, diagnosis, symptom management, and long-term nursing care priorities associated with PPS. The major clinical goal is preserving function, independence, and quality of life. One of the most important concepts is understanding that PPS is not a new polio infection. The original disease was an acute viral illness that caused rapid paralysis during the major epidemics of the 1940s and 1950s. Post-polio syndrome develops gradually, decades later, as the nervous system begins to lose its ability to compensate. Patients often present with new fatigue, weakness, and pain in muscles that were previously affected during the initial illness. It is important to distinguish acute paralytic polio from post-polio syndrome. Acute polio was caused by a viral infection that produced rapid muscle paralysis during the initial illness. In contrast, PPS develops gradually, decades later, and presents with new weakness, profound fatigue, and pain in muscles previously affected by polio. NCLEX-wise, remember that PPS is not a reinfection. It is a late neurologic deterioration process. The underlying mechanism of PPS involves progressive failure of compensatory motor neurons. After the original polio infection destroyed motor neurons, surviving neurons sprouted additional axons to restore muscle function. Over time, these overworked neurons begin to degenerate, leading to new weakness and fatigue years later. This explains why many patients experience gradual functional decline after decades of stability. There is no single definitive diagnostic test for post-polio syndrome. Diagnosis depends on a documented history of paralytic polio, a long period of neurologic stability, followed by gradual, unexplained weakness and fatigue. Providers must also rule out other neurologic, orthopedic, or medical causes of symptoms before confirming PPS. There is currently no cure that reverses the underlying neurologic degeneration seen in PPS. Treatment focuses mainly on symptom control, energy conservation, and supportive care. Some patients may receive limited benefit from therapies like IVIG, but management remains largely supportive rather than curative. Because of this, nursing care plays a major role in preserving function and quality of life. The overall goal in post-polio syndrome management is preserving independence and slowing further functional decline. Care is built around four major pillars: conserving energy, controlling symptoms, maintaining safety and mobility, and supporting long-term psychosocial health. Because PPS is progressive, nursing care becomes highly focused on prevention, pacing, and protecting the patient's remaining neurologic reserve. This framework helps guide daily clinical decisions that improve quality of life. Fatigue management is one of the highest priorities in PPS care. Patients are encouraged to plan activities strategically, schedule mandatory rest periods, and use assistive devices early to reduce energy expenditure. Respiratory monitoring is also important because weakened respiratory muscles can contribute to sleep apnea and chronic fatigue. NCLEX-wise, remember that overexertion can worsen symptoms, so energy conservation is considered therapeutic. Pain management in PPS focuses heavily on non-pharmacologic interventions, such as heat, cold therapy, and activity pacing. Medication use should be approached cautiously because many patients are older adults with increased risk for polypharmacy complications. Nutrition and weight management are also important because excess weight places additional stress on already weakened muscles and joints. The major nursing priority is balancing symptom relief while avoiding treatments that create additional functional decline or sedation risk. Post-polio syndrome affects far more than muscle strength alone, which is why holistic care is so important. Many patients experience emotional grief as weakness returns decades after what they believed was recovery, so psychosocial support and caregiver education become essential parts of treatment. Preventive health maintenance also remains critical, including routine screenings, vaccinations, and wellness follow-up to reduce secondary complications. The nursing focus is treating the whole patient, not just the neurologic symptoms. Post-polio syndrome affects far more than muscle strength alone, which is why holistic care is so important. Many patients experience emotional grief as weakness returns decades after what they believed was recovery, so psychosocial support and caregiver education become essential parts of treatment. Preventive health maintenance also remains critical, including routine screenings, vaccinations, and wellness follow-up to reduce secondary complications. The nursing focus is treating the whole patient, not just the neurologic symptoms. Effective PPS management requires a coordinated interdisciplinary approach. Physical and occupational therapy help preserve mobility and independence, while respiratory therapy supports pulmonary function and fatigue management. Social work, psychological support, and family services are equally important because progressive decline affects emotional health, finances, and caregiver dynamics. The nurse often serves as the central coordinator and advocate, helping keep the patient safely connected to the entire care team. The major takeaway from this lecture is that post-polio syndrome is progressive, but many patients can maintain meaningful independence with structured, long-term support. There is no definitive cure, so the clinical focus shifts toward preserving function, managing symptoms, preventing complications, and protecting quality of life. Ultimately, successful PPS care centers on helping patients remain as functional, safe, and independent as possible.